Hello. My name is Mark, and I'm not that late. This story came out days ago. What days? Oh, it was yesterday. Let's talk about this kind of like a woman on Reddit shares a story how her husband's obsession with pro wrestling is ruining their marriage. Okay, let's read. This is like r/slash relationship advice. My what is this? His 20s. What is this? Husband 33. What is male? Is obsessed with pro wrestling, and she's 26, I guess. Wrestling and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Throw away? As my husband is on Reddit. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back into it. I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of, but he has become obsessed and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. Number one, this is a red flag. No, I'm just kidding. I think, yeah, most of the people probably said that. Yeah, I think most kids or around maybe in the 90s slash 2000s, probably most of those people probably fell out or just dropped wrestling entirely because how, especially the people around that time, mostly either retired or just took a different type of path, like Stone Cold and The Rock. Like those two are the biggest person or just the biggest people, and then the most popular wrestler at that time, especially this era where they most like The Rock. He left WWE in 2003 when he got a gig at Hollywood. I think before 2003, if you remember Scorpion King, at that time he left WWE, and then after that he came back during 2004. In 2004 WrestleMania 20, he came back to WWE, and then he faced Randy Orton and Ric Flair, if I remember correctly, in the tag team match, and he was with Mick Foley. If you know the history, I think The Rock at that time was kind of broke, if I remember correctly. That's why he came back just a brief moment and then trying to figure things out, and then he went back to Hollywood and then became a successful actor there, action star or whatever. And then 2011 he came back again, and for 2011, not 2011, to Stone Cold, this man had injury uh, because of Owen Hart. Rest in peace. I think it was an accident. He broke his neck. I think if that didn't happen, probably Stone Cold probably still wrestle maybe during 2005 and 2006 era, and or yeah, probably he still be around during 2005 2006 era, and during the maybe as late as 2008, probably, in my honest opinion, if that didn't happen. But I think if that didn't happen, if that neck injury didn't happen, probably he's going to retire either way during 2002, 2003, 4, or 2002 when he walked out of WWE. When he was supposed to like lose to Brock Lesnar without like any story or uh, proper storyline. But I could see that if it didn't happen, probably Stone Cold still be around 2005 to 6. That's my timeline. If that neck injury didn't happen, that 2006 is like his final year as a professional wrestler, and then that's it, proper retirement. But that's it. If you look that way, yes, I think most of the kids in the 90s, probably after both 90s, maybe in the 2000s, during the 2000s, most of the kids probably just left WWE entirely, or just pro wrestling entirely, and move on. But as of right now, pro wrestling it's moving back in. So if you think that people watch grew out of it, no, I think they still have like connection with WWE. It's just that they fell out because how WWE changed their entire gimmick basically. So yeah, it's cool, but obsessed. Yeah, I need to read more, but again, apologies as I may not get all the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it. It started harmless enough. He'd watch the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night. There's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. He started spending money, I mean a lot of money on merchandise, t-shirts, hats, action figures, the fake belts, etc. I was okay with this as it was nice to see his passion reignited for something he's been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering or booing when he's watching, and when he's not watching, he constantly shouts out their catch phrases randomly. He says things like "yeet," "acknowledge me," "you can see me," etc. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along with him, like if I don't raise my hand when he says "acknowledge me." Oh, okay, that's a kind of like suck and kind of a little bit of red flag. I think this man probably stress a lot, especially when he said that he's been in a rough spot with work, and as probably if I just want to give advice to the woman, I think you should just have conversation with him. Just for this only message for this like thread. I know there's a second page. I'm going to talk about later, but for this moment, yes, I think you should just talk to the man. Have a conversation. I don't know if it work or not. Before we getting to the second page, but yeah, this is kind of like toxic, if I'm being honest. Especially buying a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you saw her that she's like happy for him, but at some point, yes, I think you should have like conversation like, hey, can you calm that down? I'm happy for you and everything, especially when you play along with him, and then uh he special especially irritated. Then it's going to be some problem. That yes, I'm happy for everything that you're doing right now. I'm happy that you kind of like have passion for something after like being at work all the time and have a lot of problem. But yeah, I think this like have like a crack on the relationship, especially when you see this type of stuff happen, like irritated. I don't know how irritated he is. I don't know, playful or not. So I don't know. Maybe she should just started like have like intimate conversation with him. But I don't know. Next page. Hopefully, we could see how her response or just everything. I don't know if she started a conversation or just having like talk with him. But let's read more. This past weekend was the worst of it. Okay, those of you know who know, no, it was WrestleMania. He asked me to refer him as the final boss. Okay, this is getting weird. All weekend, I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way he needs, and that whenever we're watching wrestling I look bored, disinterested, etc. Okay, now the boyfriend looks kind of like weird and bad because I think if he was like maybe really excited, I think calm you need to calm yourself down and tell this kind of story and soap opera, and then connecting your wrestling world to another world of like entertainment. But if you do this, like refer him as final boss, it's weird, and especially to your significant other. you kind of force her into to play your, or just acknowledging something that you like. It's kind of like forceful, and then it's not good in a relationship. I don't I don't have like kind of relationship with, I don't have like girlfriend and stuff, but if I'll look and read it and then just look it from afar, this is bad, or just bad for the dynamic of girlfriend and boyfriend, or just husband and wife. Even though I'm single, but look at this, I'm just kind of like, yo, you need to chill out, my brother. You need to chill out. Even if you're a fan, I'm a fan of the video, but I don't need to be toxic or just be this like playing a role. Just weird. But again, I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week. Easy. Okay, that's a problem. That's a freaking problem. When Jey Uso won at WrestleMania, Hillary jumped on top of her couch waving his arms. It was embarrassing. I left the room. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked for a lot of role playing lately as well, and it has me very concerned. The things he asks me to do and say make me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling related. Yeah, if I was in the position, yeah, I feel weirded out. As maybe if I were in the position again, I'm happy for him, but you need to know boundaries at some point where you find your passion again, or just find your reignited reignited your love for something that you maybe lost in the way. As a person that loves you that very much, I'm happy, but at some point you need to know, at some point you need to look at everyone. The world is not that small. The picture you seeing right now, it's bigger, and he has holes in it. You need to at least look at that holes and fix it. But at some point, if you know that you don't look at the holes in that picture, then you have a problem. Things have taken toll on me mentally. It's non-stop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it's still affecting him today. His mood's sour and he seems depressed. I had to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. He hasn't been as loud and noisy as usual. So Reddit, I need help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler songs, he does their sayings, he's got all their t-shirts, he's even got tickets for us to the next show coming through in about 3 weeks, but I just don't think I can take it. Okay, for this woman, for this female, number one, talk. Talk to the man. If I'm being honest, just talk. Or just slap him right in the, do a chop into his chest, really really hard as you can, to make him wake up at this point. Because I feel for her, but for like genuinely happy for him that he could find happiness. But happiness is not just wrestling; it's you too. For the female, for you, the significant others. If this is going again for a while, I'm going to be sad for you, the woman. And as a man, my brother, come on. You need to look after your woman, and you need to realize that at some point you make her uncomfortable. You need to stop. You need to balance your life. I love pro wrestling. I don't have like all the merch. I have like the John Cena merch, and then Roman Reigns. My dad had like a Sting merch and kind of like went missing. I don't know what happened to it. But and then I have like a Kurt Angle, a Finn Balor, Stone Cold, and I don't know if that's Razor Ramon or Matt Hardy action figure. But I balance my love for professional wrestling I know life gets rough, but if you find happiness, you need to balance it out. You need to look outside the world that things are not going to go your way sometimes. But if you have like this kind of like excitement, and then you have to do this type of stuff, and then doing like do final boss, and then you send memes, which is like send memes is just not that bad, I guess. It's just, but if you just do this type of role, like a role play, and do a lot of what is this? Just role play and stuff, and your woman, your significant other is getting comfortable. You need to look it that way, like you need to say sorry to her. You need to calm your ass down and sit down and have a conversation with your significant other. Because at some point, yes, your woman will leave you for because how you are affecting her. You need to calm down. Especially, this is cool, by the way. You got tickets. Yes, you have to explain to her like this is important, but in nicer way, in nice way. In the end of the day, this man needs to talk to her, and the woman needs to chop the shit out of the man to make him wake up for this internal nightmare or whatever it is, or just internal just happiness, to make sure that he going back to earth, to feel like, hey, this is real world. You need to calm down. You don't need to do this performance every single night, and you need to stop watching wrestling for 15 hours every week. So yeah, that's what I think. I think it's going back to the you need some therapy at this point. Again, happy. You need to be happy for your husband, but you need to slap the shit out of them. Give him a good ass chop to the chest to make him wake up from the happiness. Not to bring down all the way to depressed. No, just uh, make him mellow, down to earth, or just stay in the middle. That's what I think. But again, let's just read the comments of the people and everything. Again, what did bro have her do? Especially they saying, yeah, probably he bought that. My girlfriend also doesn't like wrestling, but this seems like two people who are not on the same page. Yes, I think you need to meet them, or just both of you meet. You need to both meet in the middle. You need to, especially the man needs to explain to her what is wrestling in the more like simple kind of way, like, and then the ladies need to explain why these things doesn't work, and then make sure that, again, meet in the long way. I don't know how to explain it. Share your like takes and everything, so make sure that can you get meet in the middle. Feels like the husband is not understanding that the wife has no interest in wrestling. He shouldn't get mad if he doesn't enjoy it. But some people don't get wrestling. Yeah, and the wife needs to get over the small things and probably talk to her husband. Yes, that's what I talk about. That's why I said it, that the wife needs to talk her, have a conversation with the man, with her significant other. Just have a like private, intimate conversation about things that she doesn't understand, and husband needs to listen. That's how you both of you can have a healthy relationship. I can like this feels like a personal attack. I've noticed people defend combat things when they feel hit, because what you need to do is defend it unless it's personal for you. Only one thing, nope. You don't need to do that. That's terrible. Just yeah. Obviously exaggerating, and if you don't go straight, like, nope. I think you just want to ask an opinion. It's not because you don't not in her shoes, so you don't know everything about her. She just giving like a story about things. So That's not a complaint. It's just giving her just like experience. So it's not a complaint. It's just like giving you my story. So Greg, you need to go outside. Troll post? No, I don't know. Could be cheating. Let bro have his hobby again. If the man have like if the man is irritated at something, especially about wrestling, then he needs to touch grass or touch some boobs at the point, bruh. No, not cheating. Let bro have his hobby. No. If you have a hobby at school, but if you have like significant others or have a girlfriend or boyfriend, you need to balance your life. It's not about all wrestling or hobby. Hobby can fulfill your stuff, but if you have like significant other and then you have hobby and you focus on hobby, it's gonna be toxic to whatever you are doing. I mean, my wife eats with me with the Cero Miedo, and we definitely acknowledge the tribal chief together saying stuff in the bathrooms, though. That's too much, yes. Like, what the fuck is a wrestling phrase that would even be filled with bathroom talk? Again, yeah, it's like too much. But in the end of the day, the female, for the female again, have a conversation. But first, chop the shit out of his chest really, really hard again, to make sure that he wakes up. Yeah, and then start from there. But if these things happen, then I don't know. I'm raising my hands and don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to post this is cinema, from that meme. But again, this is for the man. This is kind of like in the middle of the toxic relationship. Not as toxic, but just in the toxic, because how this man love professional wrestling really, really bad. Because how are you able to watch 15 hours of wrestling every week? Easy. I cannot do that. I cannot sit down and watch wrestling for like, I'm barely just watch wrestling for 5 hours, and then if that 5 hours done, I'm done for a week, or just like for 2-3 days. You can watch wrestling for 15 hours. It's crazy, man. You need to calm down. Again, for this, it just sucks that happened. I don't know if that's true, if this is true. Again, yeah, posting it online, it's a bad thing. Yes, yeah, for this guy, yes, you can say whatever it is, like you complain, whatever. But again, sharing experience on internet, sometimes it doesn't feel good. Is that the saying? I think she should probably talk to the family of the man or her family, and then she needs to go to therapy, or just people she trusts the most, or whatever, or go to church if she was Christian or whatever. But again, in the subreddit, I don't think that's good thing, but it is what it is. It got posted, and we reacted to it. If people read this on the internet, but again, my advice for the woman: just talk to the man, have like intimate conversation. Is that it? It's that simple. Again, if he feels or felt like he got disrespected, just chop him on the chest really, really hard. But that's it. That's what I think about the whole situation. It's weird video, but it's just like popular. Like, it's 2.6 million views. But we move. It is what it is. Again, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.
I look at the computer. The computer say, Floyd say, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?